JavaScript arrays are your tool for working with multiple values at once. But what exactly is an array? Well, imagine you're keeping a list of your favorite movies or the items of your to-do list. You could use multiple variables, but that would get messy quickly. Instead, arrays give you one single variable that can hold a whole list of items. And this is what the basic code for an array looks like in JavaScript. You create arrays using square brackets, and you can put as many values inside as you want, separated by commas. Now, let's jump into the code and explore the details. Let's say you want to store the names of 3 fruits. You could do it like this, but there is a much better way. You could group them all into one single array like this. Now, we've got a single variable called fruits that holds all 3 values. Each item of an array has an index. The index tells you at what position the item is inside the array. To get a value out of an array, we can use the index. For example, if we want to get the first fruit in our list, we write console.log fruits and then in square brackets 0, which is the index of the first item in the array. So this will print apple to the console. But why 0 for the first item in the array? Because arrays in JavaScript are 0-based, which means the first item is at index 0, the second at index 1, and so on. So now if we print console.log fruits and in the square brackets we put index 1, and if we open the browser, we'll get banana printed to the console. But we can also change the value at a specific index in the array. Let's say we want to change banana to kiwi. We write fruits and in square brackets the index again, which is 1, because banana is at index 1, and we assign a new value to it, in this case kiwi. So now if we log the whole array with console.log fruits, we get the 3 new fruits, apple at index 0, kiwi at index 1, and orange at index 2. Cool, right? And if you want to know how many items are inside an array, you could use the length property. Let's try it out by printing it to the console. So we write console.log fruits.length. Take a look at the console again, and as you can see, the number 3, which is the length of our array, is printed to the console. Now, let's look at how to add and remove items from an array. To add an item to the end of the array, use push. So let's add another fruit, mango, to our array. So we write fruits.push and then we pass the string mango. So let's log it to the console again. And as you can see, the resulting message is our new array, which contains the fruit mango at the end. And to remove the last item of an array, we can use the pop method. So we write fruits.pop and print it again, and as you can see, now mango is removed from the array again. We can also do the same thing at the beginning of the array by using unshift. So we write fruits unshift grape to add grape to the beginning of the array. Let's log it and take a look at the resulting message. And as you can see, grape appears at the beginning of our array. And to remove the first item of an array, we can use the shift method. So let's write fruits.shift and print the array again. And as you can see, grape is gone again. We often want to go through every item in an array and do something with it. We can do that by using loops. So let's return to our initial fruits array containing apple, banana, and orange. And let's use the for-of loop to run through every item of our array and printing it to the console. What if you want to know the position of a specific item in the array? The indexOf method can be used to achieve that. Let's try to find the index of orange in our fruits array. So we write fruits.indexOf and pass orange as the argument. Let's print the result using console.log, and as you can see, the correct index, 2, is printed. If the item isn't found, -1 would be printed instead. Let's try that by passing melon as an argument, and as you can see, -1 is printed because melon isn't an item of the array. Next, the include method can be used to check if an item is included in an array or not. Includes returns a boolean, so either true or false. Let's check if kiwi is part of the array, so we write fruits.includes kiwi and print the result to the console. False is printed because our initial array doesn't contain the fruit kiwi. So now let's add the fruit kiwi again by using the push method we learned earlier and write fruits.includes kiwi again. Now the array contains kiwi. So now let's have a look at the join method. It's used to combine all the items of an array into a single string. Let's say we want to create a single string containing all the fruits separated by a comma. So we write fruits.join and then we pass a comma followed by a space as the argument. This argument will automatically be inserted after each of the array's items, except the last one. So let's print the result. We got apple, banana, orange. Let's change the separator to a minus and have a look again. Now the result has minuses instead of commas. So now, at the end of this video, let's have a look at a more complex version of an array, a so-called nested array, which is basically an array containing multiple other arrays. We write let matrix and then we assign an empty array to it, and then we add 3 separate arrays to this array. The first array contains the numbers 1 to 3, the second array contains the numbers 4 to 6, and the third array contains the numbers 7 to 9. So now, if we want to access one item inside this array, we can still do that by the index, but this time we have to chain 2 indices together because we have 2 arrays nested inside of each other. So let's print the number 5 to the console. So what do you think how we should do that? Of course, we have to write matrix. In the first square brackets, we write 1, and in the second square brackets, we write 1 as well, because number 5 is at the second array of the matrix and the second item of this array. Awesome work! Now you know how arrays work in JavaScript. If this video helped you, go ahead and click like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I will help you out. So thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Happy coding!